Alright, you just watched some state-of-the-art commercials made by Veo3 through very simple steps using tools such as Flow and ChatGPT, where we generate some really clear prompting, we insert it into the tool, and then we get in return a brand that's ready to roll. Alright, but why would you even be interested in making an ad through artificial intelligence? It's not even that great, right? Well, it's good enough, and you should consider this, right? In order for us to make a 10 to 15 second ad for, let's say, Jack Daniels or a similar brand, they estimate it to be anywhere between 100K to 500K, right? And it doesn't include the placement costs, right? Because it does have like a certain cost to place the ad in a certain network. But the idea here really is that artificial intelligence is improving, right? And if you're really great at prompting and you know how to do things, then you will come up with a satisfactory product. So time is ticking. Are you going to be left behind? Or are you going to do something about it? Our first tool is Flow, and I recommend that you do get a pro subscription. It gives you 1,000 credits, which is worth 10 Veo3 quality video. So this is like using ChatGPT, and we're going to go to one of my projects, which is the camp project. And over here, you can see I have a couple of videos I created. It shows the most recent one up top. And we're going to go here, and you're going to see that this is actually the text I inserted, and it's called a JSON. Okay, and it's just basically a fancy word for saying a very structured piece of text that you use to describe whatever you're trying to pass to, in this case, the computer. So let's talk a bit about the prompt framework for you to design your optimal ad. You can see over here, the prompt is essentially describing a scene and then a set of other constituents that are necessary for you to give the instructions for this really clear ad. And really, you should start with like the core concept, right? You should think of the brand and what it's trying to achieve, right? So you're thinking of Jack Daniels, you should think of coziness, you should think of warmth, right? Because it's whiskey, makes you feel warm. So what if we combine campfire, right? It's cozy, and you put the Jack Daniels logo on there, you're ready. You have like an ad essentially crafted up. 80% is done. Then you can use ChatGPT to actually give you the final ad. So now that we have our core prompt ready, we're just gonna make a slight modification by telling ChatGPT that I want a similar realistic ad, but instead for the brand Jack Daniels Whiskey. And the scene is people closely gather around a campfire. And please follow the timelines and JSON structure based on the prior prompt. This is quite important. Remember, we only have 8 seconds with Veo3, so you need to make sure you don't have too many scenes baked into this description. Alright, so I already generated the video, and we're gonna go ahead and just check it out. So that was quite well made. Of course, there are some kinks to it, like you can see over here. There is some illegible writing of the brand, but overall, when you look at it, it does remind you of Jack Daniels, right? And when you're at the scene where they're pouring, like this looks like exactly like a real scene. Of course, you know, it says here, smiles or something like that. And this is not the Jack Daniels branding, but it does look awfully a lot like it. So I would give it overall like an 8 out of 10, and it only gets better from here. Alright, you can get all these prompts if you do the following thing. Just like and subscribe, send me a screenshot that you did so, and I'll give you the guide for free. Thank you for watching.